Mike Mills Wealth Management is a financial planning company in Southlake, Texas, in the heart of Tarrant County. Mike started his firm in 1999 and today manages money for people all over the world. As an expert, he writes the blog for the Dallas Morning News, was a co-host on the KRLD Radio Homebuyer Show, has appeared for years on the Fine Living Network, and writes for Southlake Style magazine. Mike was recognized in the 2009 Reader's Choice Awards as the best financial advisor in Northeast Tarrant County and's been selected by the American Medical Association Insurance Agency Trusted Source Network as a select member to help advise and counsel physicians.
I met Mike back in the early stages of his career after he got out of just doing investments and to expand in some of his financial service capabilities. And to be honest with you, I was immediately impressed by his extremely outgoing personality, or I guess maybe even more his super positive attitude. To this day, whenever I need a little pick-me-up, I go find him. And I mean that very sincerely. I enjoy the fact that he is so positive. He has a lot to be thankful for, but he's been through a lot. But he always has a smile on his face, always looking forward, always trying to do his best, and I admire that about him greatly.
Mike is a graduate of the Air Force Academy, where he played football for the Falcons and majored in management. Graduating in 1995, he credits the Academy for guiding him in important aspects of his life.
With the fiduciary standard that we operate under as a certified financial planner, that ties a lot into the integrity system that was developed, long before the Air Force Academy, but solidified at the Air Force Academy, to where, we made a pledge never to lie, steal, or cheat. And so I think it's nice for someone when they do business with us to know right off the bat that, right or wrong, we're going to do what we think is right. We're going to be honest and we're going to have integrity, right? And I think if there's anything that's occurred over the last decade is you've seen a loss of integrity in the environment in America, right? I mean, the CEOs they've been parading around. You've had WorldCom and Enron, and now you got Bernie Madoff and Alan Stanford. I mean, we've definitely had a loss of morality and a loss of integrity in the United States. And like I said, going back to disclosure and this fiduciary standard in the Academy, I think right off the bat, when someone does business with me or my firm, they know 100% of the time that they're going to get what I believe is the best for them and what is, the right thing.
8 months into his military career, Mike had a near-fatal motorcycle accident in San Antonio, Texas, which changed his life forever.
I came out of the Academy bulletproof and invincible, and I went to work out at lunch one day, and on the way to work out, I was hit by a truck. The guy made a left turn, I swerved, I woke up a month later with a second chance at life. While I was in the hospital, spent a month in a coma in Wolford Hall, which is a trauma hospital there in San Antonio. They pretty much saved my life. They went and punched all the basics. I wiped the blood supply out, set the record, for most blood loss and still survive.
It's this near-death experience that makes Mike Mills a financial planner like no other.
Having one arm and being paralyzed in one leg and no feel in the other, my first thought was, oh my gosh, how am I going to earn a living? I started, you're doing the checkbox, you have, if I could still talk on the phone, I won't be able to be as efficient because I won't be able to go see people. I'm going to have, a wheelchair. And so it's a scary time. And the first thing you think of is income and how are you going to earn a living and how am I going to support my family?
It's this personal perspective that makes Mike who he is.
He's different in that he tries to cultivate a personal relationship with you. He's concerned about your personal finances and what your goals are, not just the average person's goals. He has sold life insurance products to me to help protect my kids, and that's been very helpful. He's always smiling. He's always gung-ho about the future. He looks at all aspects, private equity, oil, gas, whatever market's doing well at the time, he will bring a product forward for me to look at.
I know about his integrity through some of the common clients that we've had, but I also know from working with him personally about his belief system. And his belief system, when we disagree with something, it isn't like he just goes along with it. I mean, we have serious debates about what's the best course of action to take for someone, including me. So I go to him for personal advice. If you're around somebody for as many years as I've been around Mike, you just come to understand that they're about integrity. They're about taking care of their clients, and he does that.
Integrity is just one of the primary things you'll notice that makes Mike Mills different. The next thing you'll notice, he's independent, which gives him the flexibility to choose financial strategies that work best for you, not that work best for the company he represents.
I think people that work for very large organizations, and I could name several, but they typically give the company line. You know, the analysts, the stock analysts, for example, at a big brokerage firm, their check comes payable from that big brokerage firm. They're going to do whatever the big brokerage firm tells them that they should do. Mike's totally independent. In other words, he represents anything that's in the best interest of the client.
So if I work for a big wirehouse, my standard is to work for them. If they come and tell me to do something, I will obviously want to take care of my clients, but there's always a conflict that exists between the different institutions, the client being on one side, the company you work for on the other.
And one of the final key things that makes Mike Mills Wealth Management unique is his license as a certified financial planner.
A certified financial planner, the course is pretty rigorous. It takes 3 years to complete the coursework at a minimum, along with a 3-year certification that you've got to have career experience. What the CFP did is they came out and said, look, if you're going to use the marks of a CFP, you have to operate under a fiduciary standard of care that basically says you will do what's in the client's best interest, irregardless if it's in your best interest. So where that comes into play a lot is in terms of compensation. You know, a lot of times, the client wonders, is someone doing something to earn a commission? I think you most definitely want somebody that is held to a fiduciary standard of care, because then you know, no matter what, they're doing what's in your best interest. You know, this fiduciary standard really ties into what we believe, because for years we've always done what was in the best interest of the client. I think most advisors do what's in the best interest of the client. I mean, that's what makes them good. But you see on TV the Susie Ormans of the world really pounding on brokers and bashing brokers, because at the end of the day, how do you really know? You as a consumer, how do you know? And so we take on as CFPs a lot of liability for that fiduciary standard.
Mike fully believes in giving back to his community and serves on the board of Grace, a local charity that provides financial services, housing, clothes, and education to people in Tarrant County. He's also an active member of AmBucks, a charity designed to create customized tricycles and bicycles for disabled children. And he's a board member for the South Lake Kiwanis, a nonprofit group designed to help children in need all over the world. Mike believes in these causes because he has 3 children of his own. They're the pride of his life: Allie, Tyler Marie, and just recently born Michael James. He and wife Sherry were married in 1999. Both are native Texans and enjoy living in North Tarrant County.
My kids joke with me all the time that Daddy teaches people about money, and we've spent some time trying to teach them about money. So we have individual brokerage accounts for each of them, and they're currently picking their own stocks. So Allie just picked Apple, because of the Apple computer, some of the games that she's played. Tom Marie's going to pick Disney because she likes Mickey Mouse. It's been really fun explaining how a company works, letting them get the free market and understand early on from a very young age that buying companies is the only true way to create wealth. Whether it's a company that you own personally that's yours, or one that you do through someone else, like via stock. One of our core beliefs has always been invest in yourself first. So we're trying to teach our kids that.
Integrity, intelligence, independence. Together, these attributes create the foundation of trust, allowing you to get to your goals sooner and safer, walking with confidence along the way.